Hi there, English Picker here, and welcome to another episode of Treasure Hunting England. I just wanted to do a quick show and tell of my metal detecting finds for 2011. I started, I think it was sort of May, June time I started detecting. So this is representative of 6 months worth of detecting. First of all, I'll start off with all the copper and relic finds, and then keep your eyes peeled for better finds and silver and precious metal ones. So yeah, these are all the things I've found. Probably one or two missing, but it's sort of majority. In here we've got spendable UK cash. This was about twice as full as that. Had about £60 worth, but I spend them at the self-service machines, so as long as they're not too corroded, they get accepted. They're all pennies and stuff. Most of them are, fairly ones that are, in good condition to spend, and in here the ones that are really mucky. So they're all pennies and 2p's in there. This is some old currency, so like an old 10p. Or just modern day 2p's that are made out of steel that are just far too corroded to spend. Unfortunately, this is the way our coinage is going. This steel pennies that are copper plated, it's terrible really. And then onto the good stuff. These are all old pennies, threepenny bits, nickel shillings, halfpennies. There must be 150 in there, maybe more. Loads and loads of them. Yeah, I've yet to go through them. Mostly cleaned. I mean, they're in fairly good order. Yeah, they're in fairly good order. I mean, let's pick a random one. What's this? 1928 penny. King George V. Oh, that's in quite good nick, that one is actually. Still a bit grubby, but they've all got this lovely green patina. Not all of them come out the ground green, some come out sort of browny like that one, and there's a couple that come out sort of a yellowy colour. It really just depends on the soil really. Like that one was in a coin spill, so it's only corroded in the centre. Quite cool. Then over to the relic finds. In here we've got all sorts of bits and bobs. All the good stuff is out here. Yeah, starting off with the not so good. I find keys all the time. Sometimes I even got people's telephone numbers on, and I wonder, should I call them? But then I'll probably end up pissing them off. Another thing I find is blobs of molten aluminium. So common. I mean, these pinged up with my Garrett AC250 so easily. This one certainly pinged up. Quite cool though. Also incidental finds that I find when I'm digging, bits of broken pottery. Some are quite cool, quite detailed. That's an old one. Pretty cool. Pen knives, pick up quite a few of those, as well as lighters. I do get those quite often. So pretty cool. Snuff boxes. These are little, so they're pretty cool. Then also I get all sorts of badges. What's this? St Andrews 1914. Railway badges. Different flat buttons. Some of them could be quite old. There's a sort of a diamond pattern on that. Different other badges. This kind of leads on to jewellery. I'll show you the precious metal stuff later, but this is sort of the costume jewellery. Quite a nice piece. That's a fitting for a cupboard. Some gilded stuff. God, that one had me going when I saw that one. Other nice pieces. Some costume bits and bobs. These letters. Then on to some of the older stuff. Got Midland Railway, different war buttons and badges, thimble, little weight, that's pretty cool. Then some kind of horse tackle type thing. Lid off a bottle was still part of it on there. To get loads of belt buckles and things like that. These are cool. I was detecting on the site of where there's a mansion. Couldn't find anything to do with the mansion, but I found a doorknob, another furniture knob, buttons, thimbles. This is pretty cool. It's like a lead thing. It's got a hole at the top. It's like some kind of bead with like a little devil. It's pretty cool. Then I do find a lot of military stuff. These are different musket balls. Yeah, these are nice ones. I normally find ones that have hit things. These are different bullets. Pretty cool. These two, pretty cool as well. Really weighty. This is a piece of anti-aircraft shrapnel. You can see the rifling on there, so you can see where it's exploded. I wouldn't want one of these come flying at me. You find it a lot in and around sort of some of the big industrial towns of sort of the Midlands and stuff. You know, defending the factories. You find this sort of stuff, and it pings up really well. It's pretty cool. Had me going when I saw it. I think it's gilded of some sort. This bit unscrews here. I'm not entirely sure what it is, if I'm honest. But I just saw that poking out, and I thought I got gold, but nope, unfortunately not. Okay, on to the coins. Now, not all the coins I get are brilliant. Some of them, like this one, is pretty chewed up. It's 1912 penny that I think's been hit by a mower. Get half ones. There's 1916 halfpenny. It's been sliced in half, and some are just too gone to know what on earth they are. I mean, that is so thin. There's like an I and an O symbol. No idea. Some you can make out, like this one. You can get from the size that it's a halfpenny, but if you look at another one which is similar, if you look at that and then compare it to this is one that hasn't been dug up, you can see George III's head there, and you can just about make his head out there. So you can tell it's a George III halfpenny. Okay, these are some of the better condition coins. Got some George V ones. Really quite nice shape. This one's really nice. Nice detail, a bit grubby still. Then on to the Edwards. For some reason the Edward ones, they're always really smooth, the ones I get. Lovely patina on them. I don't know whether it's because of its bald head, but it's really smooth. I mean, that's just lovely coming out of the ground. The first old coin I actually found was a 1902. Yeah, it was 1902 Edward. And then on to the Victorias. I've got loads of others, but these are some of the nicer ones, or some of the older ones. This is a nice one. This one's a farthing from 1867. And then this is a nice one. It's a halfpenny from 1881, but I don't know if you can see the little H just below there. It means it was minted somewhere else. So pretty worn on the back, but I was quite pleased to find that. And then one of my best finds was this 1866 farthing, worn on the front, but Victoria on the back is just ace. Real nice. So yeah, well happy with that. You get some bits of incidental stuff like sort of commemorative pieces, and this is off a watch chain. Someone's turned a farthing into a kind of a watch chain. Again, this had me going when I saw this. Thought it was gold. It's an Edward farthing. And different tokens and stuff like that. And then also I get some foreign stuff as well. Like this is a French coin. Another French coin. I think it's because of the same size as a penny. 1853 coin. 10 centimes. And then some of these here. No idea. That one unfortunately was cleaned, which I shouldn't have. And then I have no idea this one. I haven't got a clue. And then, yeah, some of the good stuff. My oldest coin that I found is this one. It is 1721. I think it's a halfpenny. I don't know who that is, but yeah, pretty cool. And then this is a nice one. I've bought ones like this before, but I actually dug this one up. It's a fake spade guinea, and it says around the outside, "In memory of the good old days," and then it says 1768. It's got George II there. And basically they made these, they're called gambling tokens, and the reason why they put "in memory of the good old days" was because forgery back then was actually a hangable offence. So if anybody got caught making ones that had the Latin round, they could be hung. But by putting "in memory of the good old days" round it and putting a hole in it, back then most people couldn't read and write anyway, so they would have thought that it was the real thing, because it would have been a shiny brass colour. And then if they got caught, they could say, well, it's just a novelty item, you know, it's a keepsake, because then you could put it on a chain, so it's a pendant. So that's how they got round it. So yeah, they're called sort of gambling tokens now, but yeah, pretty cool. So that's the result of many hours digging, especially with some of these. So loads and loads. I've yet to sort them out. I mean, I really don't know how best to store them, really. I mean, I'd like to have them in some kind of catalogue, but other than like a Whitman's penny folder, I can't think of any other way of storing them, really. Some people say I should scrap them, but I don't know. So that's it for my copper and relic finds. Check out my next video for finds such as this nice silver ring, as well as all the silver coins that I found. Thanks for watching.